Because you don't need 20 friends. You just need 3 motherfuckers and you can take over a country. Okay, that's what we're confused as Americans. We think we need all these motherfuckers. You give me 3 bad motherfuckers and you're finished. You understand me? You're fucking finished. Because we got each other. And you know, listen, man.
Look alive. Mind don't matters. We back in the building.
Yes, sir. We are here.
Mind don't matters. We back. Hey, welcome back, good people. Season 2 as we push on. I am J Optics for my co-host, brother
NOV.
And my favorite person, NOV, the man who rides 2 horses.
AKA Clean Gene. Clean Gene.
Glad y'all made it back. Of course, we got another relationship, love, sex topic on deck with a movie as an entree.
That's what we do.
And in case you don't know, Mondo Matters is a podcast where we use music, movies, and TVs to kind of draw some gems, some lessons that we can actually take into our real world romantic and love lives. And we try to put it from a perspective that is like the everyman real advice, not that shit you hear on YouTube that's kind of polluted and garbage, alpha male, red pill, toxic bae crap. So we bringing it from a real life street perspective.
All right, go ahead, get your shit off. I like it.
I'm just saying.
Get your shit off.
We ain't like them other ones.
All right. I like
But yeah, that's what we doing. Of course, if you listen to previous episodes, we review movies like Love and Basketball. We've done
Best Man. Brown Sugar. How Stella Got a Groove Back. Part 1 and 2.
Yeah,
jokingly.
And today we're going to be reviewing the 1997 hood classic. Nah, it wasn't a classic. The 1997 comedy.
It wasn't a classic, but you know what? It definitely is a cult classic.
Yeah. If you was there, you was there.
Oh, yeah.
But speaking of being there, we went to the movies to go see this, me and you.
Yeah, I remember. I remember.
We're going to be watching and reviewing the Bill Bellamy vehicle, How to Be a Player.
What?
Yeah.
What?
1997.
They finally listened. It's finally time.
So, yeah, we're going to be talking about that movie. Plus, we're going to be talking about the idea of monogamy and whether or not the idea, the practice, the historical relevance of monogamy is officially, sad to say, dying. Is it in 2023 more worthwhile for you as an individual?
Is it dead?
To find yourself in a more ethical, non-monogamous relationship than to be tied down to one person?
I have some thoughts.
We're going to be discussing that later, but of course, we got a couple other things on the internet that caught our attention, so we got to talk about that.
Now, we also got the wellness check. How you feel?
Oh, man.
Where we at?
I'm at a 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. This is a big week.
It is.
This is a big week.
It's a heavy week. What's going on?
So, my son is incoming.
Inbound?
He is inbound, man.
The tracking number is set?
I got the tracking number. The stork is making another delivery somewhere else.
Nice.
Is on his way to the crib. I just put his crib together too, by the way. No pun intended.
Oh man.
But yeah, due date is in T-minus 7 days. No, shit, it's more than it's less than that.
It's about 6. 6. It's 5, technically.
It's 5, technically. So by the time you listen to the next episode of this goddamn show, I might be a real father out here.
I got a question for you though. You put together the crib.
I did.
Did you use instructions or did you just man it out?
Who the fuck you think I am, MacGyver?
I'm just asking because you know
instructions.
No. Let's be honest. Like some people put together shit and they just be like, I don't need no goddamn instructions. And you know what? I was one of those people until shit started getting complicated, and I was like, you know what? I don't need instructions. And then you start looking at shit like, what the fuck is that?
Okay. You put your child in that. I'm not putting my
No,
child in
I'm not saying. I figured you used instructions. I just had to make sure.
Use the instructions. I put it together. It was a beautiful moment, kind of set in when I put it together. That oh man, my little man gonna be sleeping in here. This is great. So yeah, I'm feeling good, man. I'm at a 10. What about yourself?
as I sip from my uncle / best brother / godfather cup.
That was a great purchase.
You like that?
Thank you.
I appreciate that. I'm at a 9.89.
Oh, shit.
So let me run it down. Let me tell you how this weekend went. No, I had to do some adulting. I had a 3-day weekend. You know, it was awesome. Whenever you get 3-day weekends, those shits are fucking golden.
They come in clutch.
Yes. I went to a chiropractor yesterday. The joint in West Caldwell. Yeah. If you have not had an adjustment, you need to do it. And I'm not just saying it from a wellness standpoint. Let me preface it by saying, first of all, pause, no homo, ahead of time. Ahead of time.
Yeah, the fact that you got to preface this shit, I already know where you're going. I've been to a chiropractor. I know what you're about to say.
The noises you make. Bro, this motherfucker told me, yo, put your knee up to your chest and turn. All right, we're going to go on 3, 1, 2. All I heard was like, crack. And the noise I make, I will not dare imitate. But yo, I looked at him and I was like, yo, don't judge anything, yo. Oh my God, yo. Bro, I feel like a fucking Sprite.
It took me so fucking long to get over like some preconceived biases about going to the chiropractor.
Bro.
I was like, yo, I ain't fitting to be in no fucking office laying down on no damn table and having no man jump on top of me, bro.
Bro.
It's not going to happen. But I tell you, after I went through the experience, I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't trade for anything in the world and shit.
Not
man.
at all.
You think you living, but you ain't living until you actually had.
Not at all. I'm getting into something. I see one of my people's getting into. I'm calling self-care Saturdays. Like, you know what I mean? Take some time for yourself. You know, you want to go to a chiropractor, get a massage. I really wanted to double up, but I was like, yo, I got shit to do.
Let me give a warning to anybody listening to the show that's thinking about going to a chiropractor and you a fat motherfucker.
Yo,
let me tell you something that's going to happen. All right, I'm gonna let you in on some game.
Oh, shit.
All right, there's an unleashing that happens when you get your fucking certain joints cracked and things of that nature. Your body heats up.
Make sure you go to the bathroom ahead of time too.
Am I lying?
No, not at all.
Your body heats up.
Fucking bro, that little fucking warmth and shit.
I wasn't doing shit but minding my fucking business and eating some goddamn fucking spearmint.
Bro.
Chilling. And this motherfucker was actually like, you know, cracking hip joint, pulling on my fucking leg and all this other shit.
God.
And when I got up, I was damn near drenched in sweat. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I didn't even do nothing. He's like, yeah, it unlock some things in your body. You getting some muscles going that haven't been going in a while. Your body heating up and shit. I'm like, you ain't fucking lying.
Yo.
I got to change my shirt.
Yo, he did some shit where he like, you know, compressed and pressed on my neck. I swear to God, that whole section was like 350. And I was like, yo, am I cooking right now?
This is crazy.
I was like, yo.
Well, speaking of cooking, I think it's about time we get cooking.
Yeah, let's go.
This is not a dry show.
Nah,
my glass is goddamn empty.
It is.
No,
it wasn't before.
What the hell are we drinking today?
Well, we got to set the tone because, you know, like you said, this isn't a dry show.
It is
I
not.
came with you with some options this week.
You did.
And, you know, the way I prefaced it is I had one bottle on the left. I had one bottle on the right. One of those was a user or a listener recommended bottle. That is not the one you chose, which is cool. It'll be saved. Right now, you know, I've always been a fan of liquors with 2 first names.
Yeah, but I don't like niggas with that first name right there.
Whew. You know, we're going to go with some Elijah Craig.
Okay.
Small batch, 1789, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey.
Kentucky bourbon. They know how to do it. They know how to do it.
94 proof. Made in true small batches for balance and smoothness. Father of bourbon is stated on here.
Hey, man.
I'm going to let you crack that open.
Because why? I am about to be a father.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
This small batch, ladies and gentlemen, so this is supposed to be special. They put a lot of attention into this.
They did.
Just like the little restaurant in your neighborhood. They don't get a lot of business. They're just waiting for you to come. You're going to get the best empanada you ever had in your fucking life.
Well, let's not downplay the small restaurant. The small restaurant is usually the gym. That's usually where the good food at.
Okay.
So while he's opening the bottle and about to enjoy this liquid gold, that we call liquor, I'm about to get into something. So as we toast and clink our glasses
to more life.
More life. Ooh.
It's got some bite to it.
Not gonna lie, I like this one.
It's sweet. It's not very harsh.
I like this one though.
Definitely got some tobacco notes in there. Something fruity about it, but it ain't over pronounced.
It's not overbearing at all. It's smooth.
This shit is very smooth.
Bruh. Where we at?
Yeah.
Where we at with this one?
You could drink something and do something with this one. So,
is this what we call the move and groove?
Yeah, this moving and grooving, never losing right here. But
yeah, buddy.
I'm gonna say, goddamn impressive, man. I'm gonna give it a 8.7 out of 10.
Bruh.
That's fucking high for me.
I'm lowballing. You're lowballing. I'm giving it a 9.
You gonna give it a 9?
Flat 9. And you know what?
Nah, that's a lot.
I knew it on the first sip. Like, they say the first sip is like a handshake, right? You make your introduction and they say, "Hi, how you doing? I'm not here to play around. I ain't gonna force you into nothing, but you're gonna have a time. So just sit down and enjoy." This right here, Elijah Craig, small batch, 1789. Yeah, it's a go. It's a go for me. Yeah, it definitely does what it's supposed to do. And you know what the most beautiful thing about this product is?
I got a feeling of what you're going to say.
Alluring part about this shit?
What?
Ask me how much it costs.
How much for this motherfucker, Elijah?
This bottle cost $33.
$33?
$33.
That's pretty fucking good.
Bruh.
It's a sizable bottle. How many ounces in this?
You see me over here rocking and shit. I can't read.
Yeah, I know numbers has always been tough for you.
Yeah, I can't read numbers.
Okay.
I read letters.
All right, Mono Matters is going to get back to you. We do not know how large this bottle is and shit like that, but look, it's like it's about.
I'm gonna go 750 milliliters.
I think it's got the feel of a 750.
I'm gonna go 750 milliliters. That's usually what, that's usually what it run in. If you,
I would even say this shit.
What you gonna say?
I would even say this shit right here.
What you gonna say?
This shit I would buy a bottle of that before I would buy a bottle of Jack Daniels, Hennessy, Remy.
Oh, whoa.
Like I only got 30. I only got 33. Hold on. Hear me out.
Oh, wait a minute.
I only got $35.
Wait a fucking minute.
I give you one better. I only got $40 to my name. I need to get a bottle and something to eat. This right here, this strong enough to hold you over to where like you got to cut yourself off or you're gonna be off the wing of the plane and shit. But it tastes good enough that you could chill in the moment and still have some money left over to eat. You ain't gonna be fucked down off this shit either.
All right,
it's that type of smooth. So $33.
Yeah,
I'm taking this. I'm taking this
on that. But you almost violated when you went to the Hennessy. I've gotten past. As grown men, we've gotten past that.
Cook with that. We ain't drinking that.
You know what I mean? But when you got around to Remy, I was like, oh, hold the fuck up. Wait.
Well, that's just because you be using Remy for other things, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, I digress.
It definitely is it. All right.
So yeah, now that we have our fill and our swill,
yes.
Let's move on. It's a couple of things, of course, Mono Matters on the internet that always catches our attention.
Oh man!
And nothing this week caught my attention more.
Talk about it.
Than how fucking happy my heart felt seeing Jamie Foxx alive, well,
and not cloned,
and skin bleached to hell.
Yeah.
So Jamie Foxx had his first public appearance, public statement, I should say. There's been some pictures of him doing some stuff out there, playing golf and saving babies from fires and all this other good jazz. But he actually released a statement to his fans saying that he's doing well. He looks good.
Yeah.
He looked good. He didn't disclose exactly what was going on with him. There's been a lot of speculation that it has something to do along with a COVID shot, vaccine shot. Maybe somebody said that he might have had a overdose. I don't know. I don't want to speculate.
I don't think that's the
I don't want to
case,
speculate. And I feel like Jamie Foxx is one of our people that I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt to just say, like, something happened. He don't want to speak upon it. Let's just move on.
Yeah. Yeah.
The greatest entertainer of our generation, as far as I'm concerned. Singing, dancing, comedy, party hoster.
Yeah.
All type of shit. Host. He's amazing. I'm glad that he's still with us first and foremost.
Absolutely.
But, he came back on screen. I don't know what his skin routine is,
but
he look a little pale, sir.
You know what?
A little filterish online.
You know what? I will say, you know how black people are, and I don't mean this in a derogatory sense, but you know, our skin absorbs the sun, which creates melanin. You know, so when you're shut in, or you know, you're not around sunlight or anything like that, and you're in the house, you know, you tend to grow a little bit more pale. I don't know exactly what was going on over there, but yeah, he looked a little light skinned.
He always been a smart man. I didn't think about that. I figured a dude live in Los Angeles, California. You should be getting plenty of sun, but he might have been held up, you know, on tubes or whatever it is.
Blackout curtains.
So it could be a whole bunch of stuff. But anyway, glad the homie is good.
Yeah, he's straight.
We hope that whatever did happen to him, we hope that if it's something that can affect his career and he's past it, it doesn't affect his career going forward.
Yeah. I
know it's very hard, especially with the writer strikes and the actor strikes and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
It can be real hard getting work. So I would say I hope that it doesn't affect his career too much. By the way, he has he started in a movie on Netflix with John Boyega called They Clone Tyrone.
They Clone Tyrone, yeah.
Run that shit the fuck up right now.
Yo,
go on Netflix. Go on Netflix, run that shit up. Put some paper in your boy pockets.
Exactly. Yo, speaking of clones, I heard they cloned Jussie Smollett.
What?
I heard they cloned Jussie Smollett.
Juicy?
Yeah.
Oh, they did it again.
Yeah. And said Juicy is Carly?
Oh, you talking about Carly Smollett.
Oh, man. Can you talk about that?
Mondo Matters, homies. Have y'all not heard
man,
about this girl out in Hoover, Alabama?
Hoover.
If you know anything about Hoover, Alabama, maybe you watch
Two a Days
or Friday Night Lights. You're a little bit familiar with high school football in Alabama, but anyway.
Whew.
So the internet kind of went into a little bit of an uproar the last week and a half with this viral story about a young 25-year-old woman from Hoover, Alabama that went missing on the side of the highway.
Yeah.
And everybody, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram was posting on this girl's behalf like, what the hell happened to her? She must have gotten abducted. They harvesting her organs, human trafficking. She got murdered and all this other stuff. And she was missing for a while. Friends and family went online pleading for her return and sending out well wishes and all this other good jazz. She wound up turning up a couple of days later.
Yeah.
And the story that she was telling the cops just was not jiving.
It ain't make sense.
At all.
Not really.
And one of the most fishy parts of the story is the fact that her search history on her phone the day before she went missing was left a little bit to be desired. In the suspicion category.
Oh, no. Run it down. What do you mean?
She Googled the movie Taken.
Uh-huh.
If you're not familiar with the Liam Neeson vehicle.
I don't know who you are.
But I have a set of skills.
I will find you.
And I will kill you. So, yeah, Carly Russell, she Googled that. She Googled whether or not you have to pay for an Amber Alert.
Mm-hmm.
It was just very suspicious. She said that she had ran into a man with orange hair, balding in certain spots. He was with a woman that she never saw his face. A video footage from where she actually pulled her car over on the side of the highway had came out. It looked nothing as if an infant that she said that she had called 911 was stranded on the side of the road. Nobody saw a baby in that video. So all of a sudden, you see Twitter's gears are grinding like, yo, what the fuck is going on? She said she saw a child on the side of the road. We get the video. We see no child. So what's really good? So people are speculating that this girl, Carly Russell, a.k.a. Carly Smollett, actually faked her kidnapping or abduction for attention, likes.
Is this giving the young girl from East Orange who disappeared, and you remember how that whole thing went where she was kidnapped allegedly, but it wasn't really a kidnapping and everything else. And I want to say this. I'm not going to stand on a pedestal or anything like that. I promise. But you look at these events. You look at her, Carly. You look at the young lady from East Orange. And then there's another situation in Dubai with the woman who got...
She arrested, though, right?
Yeah, she got arrested for allegedly...
yelling at
yelling
somebody that she rented a car from.
Yeah. And they were going back and forth allegedly, and from what the mother says is that wasn't the case, and you know, it's hard to believe anything. And that's the main part. It's really getting to that part where you see something and you immediately want to, like, you know, you want to pour your heart out.
Yeah.
But you have to ask that crazy fucking question you never thought you had to ask, like, is this real? Is this shit real? Is this real or is it fucking for cat? Like, yo.
I think, well, we are in a society where we like to jump to conclusions, though. Yeah. We like to attach ourselves to a cause because we want to be first. We don't want to be right. Mm-hmm. So we kind of get in a situation where it's sort of like, yo, man, find Carly Russell, hashtag free black girls, da-da-da-da, stop human trafficking and all this other good shit without actually knowing the facts of the situation that actually happened. So it's so easy for you to hit a button to just retweet or repost something and show your support without actually reading the article or having the evidence to otherwise say, like, okay, what exactly am I supporting here? All right, that situation in Dubai is fucking crazy, though.
Yeah, that shit wild.
But
all right, real quick, I got a question for you. Let's have an R&M. For those that don't know, it's a real nigga moment. Mm-hmm. When you first, give me your first reaction when you saw the information you had on Carly Russell. Your first reaction. I know what my first reaction was, and it was fucked up. But what was your first reaction?
My first reaction was like, she'd be all right. She'd be all right. But I caught the information late, though. I caught the information like with the story and the video that accompanied that showed the side of the highway where her car pulled over.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
So I'm looking like, okay, she calls 911 and says, yo, I see an infant stranded on the side of the road just walking. The video pops up. I see her car pull over. I see her get out the car. I don't see a child. And I'm like, she'll be all right.
Bro.
That was my thing.
Can I be honest without judgment?
This thing was like, niggas disappear every day, B.
Can I be honest? Like, yo, I wasn't that dude, but yo, I definitely looked. And I was like, it's cat.
You said that for real?
I was like, yo, this is cat. I'm not going to lie. I looked, like she said, she pulled over. Hey, I saw a baby on the highway. Mm. Yeah. Nah. I'm not going to be disrespectful, but I've been in a car with many women in my lifetime. Y'all don't really look at shit.
Oh, my God.
But I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna be that guy. I promise. I promise. I'm not gonna do it. I promise. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's too late.
But no, I called Cap on the situation simply because it was just like, yo, I've put myself out there too many times, and it's like, nah, yo, that's like whenever I hear a situation or a story now, I'm really like, yo, you gotta. Nah, I need more. Yo.
I got a 48-hour rule, bro. I swear to God, I read some shit or I see some shit that really catches my attention. And when I feel my emotions getting attached to it, I'm like, yo, I'm going to sit on this for 48 hours.
Exactly.
Because there's a goddamn real chance that this ain't even fucking real at all.
Yeah, I call Cat. But you know what? I'll be the first to say, Nova say, if what we know at this very moment turns out to go another way.
Can I give you a caveat before you finish your statement?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Her boyfriend Her boyfriend.
Stop, yo, you're going to make it awkward.
No. I'm just throwing all the facts out there.
I know you're going to make it awkward.
Because we men on this show, right?
Yeah.
Her boyfriend, a man, deleted every single picture of her off his social media, scrubbed the whole shit, and I think he had deleted the story that he put up about her as well.
How do you say quiet girl?
Once she came back.
Yo, come on, yo.
You don't find that suspicious?
Oh, I definitely find it suspicious, but at the same time, you know, black people, we've always had a saying like, I'm not one of the motherfuckers on the Titanic. When the ship going down, I'm off.
Man.
I'm not sitting here playing a song. Like, yo,
I'm on a boat.
Rap.
Yeah.
So if I'm looking at that, then he's thinking, you know what? The jig is up. All right, let me get as far away from you as I fucking possibly can. And he's just over here doing fucking, you know, standard procedure when it comes to burn notice. Like, yo, you walk away. You just cut all ties. That shit looks suspect in itself.
The currency in today's society of attention.
Yeah.
I think we have to mention this. Both her, Carly Russell, a.k.a. Carly Smouillet, and her boyfriend are both content creators online.
Mm-hmm.
They would stand a lot to gain from a story that grabs America's attention or grabs the world's attention and has you pulling at your heartstrings to be on some shit. Save this woman.
Yeah.
And she finally made it back home. She fought off her attackers and she finally made it back. And now she's here. But when she comes back, her fucking story ain't jiving right. Have we got to a point where we would go this far just for some mentions, likes, retweets, attention? Has attention become the currency of our actual morality and values? This shit is getting scary, bro, because the answer to that question for me is like, I don't know. And the fact that it's I don't know, it wouldn't surprise me if somebody went this far just to get some attention and it just backfired on them. And I hate that for us. I really hate that for us because we really got black women out here that have been like really abducted, really getting their organs harvested, really getting shipped out to other countries, really being thrown into prostitution. And this the hill you chose to stand on?
Man,
you're really killing the fucking progress of the awareness that we're trying to bring to Black Girls Matter.
Like Offset said, do anything for clout.
They do anything for clout.
Like, we're in the age, unfortunately, where everything has to be second guessed. No matter how horrible or despicable it might look, you really have to question everything.
Got to.
And the only thing more addictive than fame is clout, which go hand in hand because you can say whatever you want about this woman. She's been a story for the past week or two. And
she has.
The fame, notoriety, her name will always be associated in lights with fill in the blank. Yeah. And yeah, it's sad. We're here.
It is like it's worth being trending.
Yeah.
My favorite saying, and you know this shit, 'cause I've been saying this shit for the goddamn 2 decades. Without footage, it's fiction.
Yeah.
If you ain't got no footage, I don't believe you. Yeah. That's why I love when we get some concrete footage to say, you know what? That shit right there actually happened.
I'm still waiting on the footage of Elvis walking around.
Just like Adam 22 and Lena the Plug. That shit is on camera.
Fuck.
So in case y'all have not been paying attention, and it's not a big deal. Man. It shouldn't affect your day.
It's not a big deal?
No, I'm saying it's not a big deal.
What do you mean?
It's,
all right.
It don't affect my life.
I know it doesn't affect your life, but in what way are you saying is this not a big deal?
I'm saying that it doesn't affect my life, but it is evidence of what the fuck might be going on out in these streets, right, though.
Let's run the gambit.
Let me run it down.
Yeah.
So, y'all listen to Mono Matters podcast, your favorite podcast.
Yeah.
One of the best podcasts out in the world.
In
But
the
you
world.
but you might be a fan of some other podcasts. Joe Budden's, Joe Rogan,
Adam Preach.
the Huberman Lab, Adam Preach.
Adam 22.
And you might be a fan of the No Jumper podcast, whose king over there is none other than Adam 22.
Yes, sir.
Very popular in the podcast scene for a couple of years.
Yeah.
He ran into some very, very questionable situations over the last year and a half. With a little bit of, underage texting and things of that nature.
Yeah, a few, but
his podcast had reached very, very successful numbers. If you want to just look at the numbers per se. But his girl, now wife, is Lena The Plug. Lena The Plug is a very popular porn star. She's very popular.
Very popular?
Yeah, very popular.
Like on a scale of 1 to 10 popular.
Like on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll probably say she's probably like a 7.
She more popular than Pinky? I'm about to break up.
Yo, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. You know, I got a special place in my life.
I do. That's why I did.
But anywho,
I understand what you're saying. Go ahead.
When you talk about social media presence, she is up there.
Okay.
All right. So she is a porn star. His wife. She got into doing scenes with him as well. So they started doing scenes together. They invite other girls. They start doing porn scenes together, and that just further up the eyeballs to his podcast as well and build her audience up. They did what they were supposed to do in today's climate. All right, they cross branded with each other.
Yeah,
cool, no problem. Here's the thing that got people in the uproar. So they recently got married, beautiful wedding, or whatever. But after they got married, Lena the Plug officially engaged in her first sex scene after being married.
Yeah, and
she got into a sex scene with a former outside linebacker in the NFL, as far as I'm concerned. A fucking 6'5" black dude, tatted up the hell and shit. Alabama, Mississippi, strong motherfucker named Jason Love.
Uh-huh.
All right. Apparently, Adam 22 gave his blessings for this scene to be shot. There were some rumors online that he actually filmed the scene or was a part of the production. I don't know that for sure. But he gave his blessings to this situation. So, we already have on the table that your wife is about to have sex with somebody else. She's a porn star, so it's like not so surprising, right?
All right.
So, I didn't watch the full scene.
I did.
But I have Twitter, so I've seen some clips and shit.
I did twice.
You watched it twice. This nigga said
research for research.
He said he watched it twice
for research purposes. Yeah.
Anywho, obviously, they must have some type of understanding about what's good and what ain't good. And if what is good is in the actual scene, man, wow.
All right.
Yeah, she was fucking another dude, and he nutted in her.
Yeah.
And if I didn't see the whole scene like you 2 times, sir. But from what I heard off the streets, I can't say I heard this. I can't say I saw this with my own eyes. But what I heard off the street, she got nutted in.
Yeah.
And then took the nut out of her.
Yeah.
And started to further play with the nut.
Yeah. Yeah.
So after that happens, Jason Love does an interview. Back of the minivan interviews. I forgot who does those, but
the fan bus interview?
Yeah, some shit like that. Fan van, whatever it is.
Yeah.
All right. So he does the interview. He started asking some questions. He answering honestly.
All right, time out. Here's where I interject, right?
Do so.
Yo, there's a level of honesty we don't fucking need, though. Like, yo, the questions she asked is like, he could have answered them. He answered them as best. Actually, you know what? Fuck that. Let me get in my bag. He answered them the way he fucking should have. With that being said, it was still disrespectful.
Can you give an example of the question that was asked?
Do you think you're bigger than her boyfriend? Oh, yeah, by far.
Do you think
What?
Do you
What
think
the
you
fuck? Why would you
do
ask
you
that?
think that you stretched her pussy out more than her husband?
Absolutely.
This nigga said absolutely.
Absolutely.
That was clear.
Like, yo, what the fuck?
I said, wow.
Do you think that you brought her more like, first of all, the interviewer,
Duh.
I don't even know who you are. Shout out to you. You are a scumbag, but I love you. But yo, the interviewer asked, like, yo, do you think she had more pleasure with you than she would her husband?
Of
He
course
is
she
like, absolutely. Have you seen the film? Yo.
So the dude Adam 22 sees the interview that Jason Love gives, and this motherfucker had the most classic response I've ever heard in my life. And when I say classic, I mean it in an absolute terrible way.
Oh man, what'd he say?
After he heard the interview, he was like, yo, bro, you being super disrespectful. And from now on until the end of history, I officially ban you from ever fucking my wife again. Are you serious?
Oh shit! All right, so wait,
He said you blocked.
you blackballed from fucking my wife
Yeah.
after I got paid for it in the first place.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks.
I appreciate you.
Are you
But
kidding
hold
me?
on, let's double down on that. You made that, and you said that, and you blackballed her. You blackballed him,
Yeah.
so you're mad at him. But what do you get your wife after that? You buy her a new Lamborghini.
Yeah.
Now,
Great job, babe.
yeah, let me say this.
Oh, it gets worse, actually.
I don't really believe none of this shit. I think it's all clout. I believe it's all clout. Because at the end of the day, what do they usually say?
That'd be a
Any
very complex
publicity-
game.
Any publicity is good publicity. Let's look at the fucking facts before everybody get all caught up in the moment and shit. When people ask you, would you let your wife do this, do that for whatever the case may be? We're talking about the average woman. We're talking about the average worker. Like, if my woman is a administrative assistant for fill in the blank, yeah, I might feel a certain way. If my woman does this shit for a living, yeah, knock your fucking self out. 1, 2. What exactly did you think was going to happen? Now, this is where I feel like the male ego comes into play. Because you could ask, and ladies, you could take this chance if you want to. You could ask your man, would you have a problem with fucking another man? He might say, nah, I'm good with it. But if you ask him, yo, would you have a problem if I fucked fill in the blank porn star? I don't give a fuck who the blank is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a fucking problem with it.
Yeah.
Yes, I absolutely do. You could call me small-minded. You could call me insecure. You could, listen,
Call me anything you want.
call me whatever the fuck you want. I'm
But
being
just call
honest
it,
at
but
this
call
point.
it.
I'm being honest. That's like you saying like, yo, would you have a problem if such and such gave you head? You mean the professional? You mean the motherfucker I've watched for years? Absolutely. Absolutely. Sign me the fuck up.
All right, so here's where the story ends at. So, former NFL receiver Antonio Brown
Oh, man.
took to Twitter after all the hoopla of this situation transpired.
AB? Shout out
AB. Who's clearly
Bro.
suffering from CTE.
Yeah, he's wilding, bro.
He goes on Twitter and sends a message directly to Lena The Plug, and says, "Can I get next?" I'm gonna put that to the side.
Hey, man.
I'm gonna put that to the side, and I'm gonna ask a question that leads into our main topic of today's show.
Can I say no first?
No,
All right.
I'm gonna put that to the side. What kind of world do we live in, bro?
Yo, you seem disgusting.
Where motherfuckers could really go to your wife and be like, yo, can I get next?
Oh, man.
Like she for the streets in this little ass project.
I mean,
Let me get next.
Yeah, she is for the
And her
shit,
response ain't no. Her response is, AB, I'm married. that leaves the shit so open ended for further follow up questions. Like, so what?
You were married
Are
before.
You down?
Yeah,
I got $380,000 for you. What's
I don't even
good?
I don't even think it'd take that much.
I don't think it would take that much either.
Being
She probably would do that shit off of clout anyway.
Absolutely.
But my question for you, and the question that needs to be thrown out there to all men is like, what kind of mentality do you have to have as a man to be in a marriage with a woman where that right there isn't grounds for terminating somebody's life? Like, how do you live with yourself feeling good as somebody's husband when people shooting a shot at her that's like, hey, yo, man, that was a great fucking scene. I like what you did with that nut. Can I get next, though? Are we that far gone? Or is that just the mentality of today's motherfuckers? Like, I don't get it.
I need to take a shot first.
Take a shot.
Before I get into that.
Elijah Craig, by the way.
All right, so here's where I fall on that. If we're talking about normal, everyday, working class, upstanding women, then yeah, that is pretty much by definition to fall off the cliff. However, let's keep in context what we're talking about here. My wife, who I chose this woman, is a porn star. She was a porn star before me. 9 times out of 10, she's going to be a porn star after me. And who I've been complicit on supporting, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how else to say it, but the game is the game. You can't be mad at that. It's like, do you remember this age-old thing that used to be said? You can't get a bad bitch and expect the bad bitch not to be a bad bitch, even when she's with you. Now, it might not be the same, but I feel like, yeah, you kind of stumbled into this under your own influence. So how mad can you really get at an opportunity like that, even though this is your wife? And I'm not saying pimp her out. I'm not saying hoe her out, but you've been complicit up until this point, and you've accepted the clout and played into it up until this point. Actually, you had her on your show and interviewed her about said scene. So how mad are you?
You know, that's my thing, though. It's sort of like, if you have so little boundaries around your marriage, it's like, why the fuck get married in the first place?
Clout. Clout.
But I'm saying, like, you are Lena The Plug.
Yeah.
You are Adam 22.
Yeah.
When y'all motherfuckers got together, it ain't nothing that went up about either one of y'all stocks. Y'all could have stayed the way y'all was doing shit and been fine. Now that y'all married, it's kind of like, nigga, somebody watching this shit on some shit like, I got an idea what I think marriage should be. Is this cool?
Nah, bro.
It's going to be one idiot in America or somewhere in the world that's going to be on some shit like, hey, babe, them niggas, these motherfuckers getting money. What you think? And she going to smack the shit out you. Might slit your throat in the middle of your sleep.
Yeah, but you also got to...
What are you doing?
But you know what? Let's not act like this is a new thing, right? We've seen many a couple or whatever get into it. Like Team Steve, they do it. Rock and Shay, they've been doing it for years. So, like, yeah, it's a thing.
I never seen either one of them.
Oh, man.
Hold on. I never seen either one of them do scenes with other people.
Yeah, that's the part. And it comes down to it because, like I said, if I walked into this situation knowing full and well what you were about, then got married, then gave you privilege to do that, where exactly do I get off having any kind of, nah, that's out of bounds? I believe this was her first scene with a male after they got married.
Yes, it was.
And
yeah,
who gave her the green light for that?
He did.
So you want me to get mad at some shit I told you to do?
Nah. But you would say, like, within the granting of you the permission to do that, you would think that certain things wouldn't occur as well. That would affect you as a man. Like, okay, there is video documentation of another man nutting inside my wife for the rest of history.
All right.
What happens when you?
No.
Can I tell you? Because I got some shit coming up.
All right, go ahead.
Let me tell you something. What happens if y'all want to have kids one day and y'all can't conceive?
Okay.
Y'all having trouble having kids, but there's video documentation of some other dude nutting inside of you, bro.
Okay.
You talk about a biological hit to your gut, stomach punch.
I'll take that.
That's tough.
That is tough. So, you want to play spades? Let's play spades.
I got suits. What's up?
Do you feel like it would be a big deal? First question, who picked the guy?
I would imagine if either one of them picked the scene, I would probably say she probably said, okay.
So she picked that.
Yeah.
So you cool with that?
You probably say, yeah, okay, cool. Whatever.
Let's not act like the porn scene and whatever else isn't like an interview process. Like motherfuckers go through their little shits or whatever. You've seen the little behind the scenes, whatever, the flirtations, whatever. You know what the fuck you getting into.
Yeah.
So you knew what the fuck was going to happen to her beforehand.
Yeah.
And you were good with that. So let's not stand on the fact that, oh, the way you're talking about my wife is disrespectful. Nigga, everything he did in that scene was disrespectful. Second, more important.
But it was granted.
More important.
It was granted.
And I hate to bring it here, but fuck it. Let's bring it the fuck here. Would this even be a conversation if he was white?
Or if Jason Love was white?
Nah. I don't think it is.
Bro, that cuckolding shit, that shit is real, dog.
It is real.
That shit is real.
It is real.
And that shit been going on since the 1800s.
Yeah.
White men serving up their white wives to fuck a black man.
Yeah.
With their permission.
That
shit is
weirdest shit in the world.
That shit is old as whiskey, bro. I'm trying to tell you.
Speaking of whiskey, another shout out to Elijah.
So as we take another shot, we will transition into the main plot point of our show. Thank you for sticking around this long. If you are listening to the show and enjoy our content, please share the show,
subscribe,
send us a DM.
Oh man.
Send us or tag us in some information or memes or videos that you see online that you find interesting, and we will react to it on the show and actually give you credit. So
absolutely, if you have a liquor suggestion,
send it,
please.
Full send.
We will definitely tag and subscribe.
We love doing this goddamn show. I love this show, man.
It's fun.
But as we digress, let's get into the topic, man. So on today's episode, we're going to be looking and dissecting the movie How to Be a Player, starring Bill Bellamy, who is the major player inside this movie. But we cannot talk about the players in this movie without giving an honorable mention and a rest in heaven, rest in peace, rest in power to the late, greatest comedian, as far as I'm concerned, of all time, Bernie Mac,
man,
who had a small role.
Listen, nah, it was small, but it was big.
It was impactful. It was impactful. It was impactful, but it was short. It was short.
It was definite.
It was short. But this movie, I got fond memories of this movie. I actually going to the movie theaters and seeing this movie with you.
Yeah.
I think we walked down to the Castle Theaters in Irvington, New Jersey to go see this thing. So
shout out Castle, $4 movies.
Yeah. $4 movies. You can see every single movie.
Oh man, it was out of control.
It was crazy. But this was the first major role for Bill Bellamy. Bill Bellamy was pretty big on MTV.
Yeah.
He was like a host in Def Jam. So seeing him in his role was pretty good. This movie was portrayed as a comedy. It was very funny at the time.
Extremely funny. Yeah.
Watching it almost goddamn 20 years later, it's got its moments where you kind of be on some shit like, all right, it's a little bit far fetched, but
yeah,
it's a good fun movie. But if you haven't seen the movie, the synopsis or kind of main idea of the movie is it surrounds this character named Dre. He works at Def Jam Records, He's in a committed relationship with his girlfriend, played by Lark Voorhees.
Yep.
Lisa was her name, right?
Yeah.
So
Lisa. Ironic. That was her name in the other one, too.
yeah.
Yeah. Not much character development, but yeah, we got
she
it.
was so they was in a relationship together. But our boy Dre just could not stay off these streets. I mean, he was a player's player.
He was Future before Future?
Yeah, the dude definitely had a rotation around his girl.
He had a very eclectic
few
rotation.
chicks, man. He had a white girl.
Yeah.
He had a Jamaican girl.
Yeah.
He had a crazy, I'm just going to go ahead and say she's
Sexy.
probably Haitian.
Yeah. Whoa.
Is that, am I out of line? Am I out of line? I'm just going off the sound effects, kid. I'm just going to say she was Haitian. I don't know.
Wow.
Man. I'm just speculating, just spitballing.
I'm gonna let you have it. I'm not I'm gonna let you have it.
She gave off Haitian vibes. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna let you have it.
He had an older woman who was actually the wife of Bernie Mac.
Yeah, she was married. Yeah.
He had a chick that lived in his building.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, you violated.
He had a couple other chicks that he met along the day.
Yeah, he had that other chick that, seemed quiet, but I ain't really know much about her. They ain't really, he had the hippie chick or whatever her name was.
Yeah, the hippie joint.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, he actually had, at the end of the movie,
he bagged a friend.
His sister's friend, who was well aware of his hoish ways or his promiscuity.
Yeah, definitely.
And still decided that she wanted to taste the goods.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or whatever. She couldn't deny herself.
Absolutely.
His charm. So our guy Dre was in a monogamous relationship, but he found himself trying to. Why are you looking at me crazy?
I don't think it was ever monogamous, my guy.
How wouldn't it be monogamous? His girl was under the impression that he's not with other women. That is the definition of monogamy.
Yeah, she was under the impression of that.
Yes.
I don't think
You think he was out here telling his girl that he's messing with other chicks?
I think he was definitely in that.
Yes or no? Do you think he was telling his girl that he was messing with other chicks?
You want the truth?
Yes.
You can't handle the truth.
He portrayed himself as being monogamous. She was under the impression that they were monogamous. So as far as they're concerned, they were in a monogamous relationship and he was stepping outside of it. We can debate later. But let me finish my synopsis because I'm in my bag right now.
Go ahead, get in your bag. Go ahead.
So,
go on your shit.
In the movie, Dre's sister has a friend and they're trying to shoot a video project, an anthropology project.
Yeah, Jenny and Katrina.
And they're using Dre as the subject.
Yeah.
Long story short, they're trying to expose Dre for pretty much being a pimp, a hoe, promiscuous man.
Yeah. Okay.
And they're trying to expose this man at this one party tonight. So they call up all his girlfriends, all his side pieces, and they're going to get all the girls in one room at the same time to try to expose Dre for the hoe that he is.
Yeah.
And finally, once he's in that room, when a hoe is placed in a hostile environment,
when the player is in a hostile environment,
he will reform.
He will repent and reform.
Yeah, he will repent and he will reform.
But
all said women wind up at this party, and Dre handles this shit with the most epic finesse.
Fucking classic.
He sends all of them home in his own way.
Oh, man.
They never find out about each other. And Dre gets away unscathed until he gets home and finds that his sister's friend is at his house. And she want to taste the flute.
Oh yeah.
So he winds up having sex with his sister's friend.
Yeah.
And she leaves before his girl Lisa comes home. Mm-hmm. And when Lisa comes home, she thinking everything cool. But Dre's sister's friend leaves a little bit of clothing material to let him know that, nah, your boyfriend was up to some bullshit. So he gets exposed at the very end of the movie.
Got greedy.
So in the movie, you could tell that Dre had a main, his girl Lisa, but he had chicks on the side.
Yeah.
And it brought up a question here on Mondo Matters that we need to talk about today, is whether or not the idea of monogamy is old design, archaic, something that needs to be thrown out, and whether or not the idea and practice of monogamy is officially dead, and we need to start opening up our minds to more ethical, non-monogamous relationship setups, i.e. polygamy, polyandry, open relationships, or maybe just something a little bit more custom between you and your girl, that y'all could step outside the boundaries of your relationship and come up with something a little bit more creative, so everybody gets their quote unquote needs taken care of. So that's what we're going to talk about: the death of monogamy and the birth of maybe something better. What? But no, that's what we're talking about today.
All right, so you mind if I take the floor real quick? You don't.
No, I don't mind.
Unless you have a question. Nah. I just have my initial thoughts on what you just said.
I'm gonna finish cooking, but go ahead, ask your question.
I'm trying to put myself in the mind of a man that will willingly be like, yeah, I'm fine. Fuck other people. I fuck other people too. Now, as I say that,
Nove 22.
wow,
I'm just saying.
Wow.
Do you, boo boo?
You know what? No. Go ahead. It seems like you got a lot to say. Get it out your
I'm
system.
saying, do you?
Nah, get it out your system.
You said you trying to put yourself in the mind of a man who'll be like, nah, go ahead, do you? Fuck other people.
And you said
Adam 22 just did that with his girl.
But you said no 22. I'm trying. All right, nah, but the difference is we're talking about something you do for financial stability, and this is your job. Now, if you want me to put myself in the mind of Nove in this state of mind, I guess when I was dealing with a young lady who happened to dance for a living in my younger days.
Yes.
Yeah, we had an understanding, but it was never like, yeah, fuck other people.
Right.
It was still like, nah, you know where home at. Like, I'm not going to get jealous of the matter because I know what it was when I met you. Like,
we in 2023 now. Things have changed
quite a bit.
So let me go here with it.
Yeah, let's speedball. Let's go.
All right. So when you was growing up as a kid, and when I was growing up as a kid, we had an idea of what the ideal relationship model looked like.
Yeah.
And that ideal relationship model fit inside the boundaries of monogamy. And the pinnacle of monogamy was marriage. You're going to find your wife. You're going to settle down. Y'all going to have some kids. Y'all going to live happily ever after. Happily ever after. At least that's what the Disney movie sold us.
Allegedly, yeah. I want my money back.
So, since then, though, and now that we've grown up, now that we've experienced success in relationships, failures in relationships, and betrayal in relationships, we know that not everybody is operating under the idea of, I'm just about to be with you and be in love for the rest of my life with you. So the resurgence of some old relationship models such as polygamy and polyamory has resurfaced itself, and people are creating relationships that work for them in their situation at all. And the question really is, can you really be mad at that? But let's talk about a little bit about the pros, the cons, and what the people in the streets are saying as well. So in February 2023, a website, YouGov, did a poll. And they found that 1/3 of Americans, that's about 34%, describe their ideal relationship as something other than complete monogamy. Just me and you and nobody else. All right. To measure this, YouGov asks people to rate their ideal relationship on a scale of 0 to 6. 0 represents complete monogamy, no other people at all. And 6 meant complete non-monogamy, meaning you can have whoever you want outside of our relationship with consent. Many adults who do not choose total monogamy desire something in between complete monogamy and complete non-monogamy, with 26% of all Americans choosing an option between the middle of 1 and 5. So out of this complete total poll, about 30% of people that took this poll, I think it was about 1,400 participants, people selected something other than 0 or 6. They wanted something in the middle.
Do we have the numbers of male and female ratio on that?
Yes.
All right.
And we also have the ages of that. Yeah. So if we went to the baby boomers, right, which are people in between the ages of about 55 to 75 or something like that, 69% said, yo, straight monogamy. Don't hit me with none of this other bullshit. Okay. Right? Generation X, which is people between like 37 to like 55-year-olds, 58%, yo, straight monogamy. Do not step outside of our situation. Okay. So stuff getting interesting right here. All right. When you look at the millennials, which is 23-year-olds, 25-year-olds to like maybe less than 40, 43%. Now take a look at the contrast between the baby boomers, 69%, to the millennials, 43%. Yeah, that number is trending down.
Big drop, man.
So we're getting more and more people who are open to the idea of like this whole monogamy, straight me and you model. It may not be strictly just for me. All right, so that's one thing we know. So I don't have the stats on the breakdown of the men versus women, but I do remember reading that more men under the age of 45 were more accepting of the non-monogamous relationship model versus women who was like, nah, give me the monogamy. I'll take that. I'll take the safety. I'll take the security. Yeah. But another thing that I have found interesting was in a study in 2020, actually, they had surveyed 822 currently monogamous people. And this was done by the Kinsey Institute. Nearly 1/3, I believe it was 29% or 31%. Nearly 1/3 said that having an open relationship was their favorite sexual fantasy, and 80% wanted to act on it.
Yeah, that's wild to me.
Now that is participants under the age of 45, both male and female.
Yeah, it's a little wild. Only reason I feel like it's wild to me is I don't see how that's wild. You want to know something? All right. So, since you took it here, and you always manage to take it here, Nova, whatever year you can name, I've had a threesome before.
God bless you,
and
God bless us.
Yeah, and all right, it happened. Do I ever sit around and be like, yo, I wish I could have? No, not really. Not really. It was something I think the younger me needed to get out the system, but it's never like been like something like, yo, you know what I want? I want like 2 big booty bitches on it. No, I don't.
The idea is this, though. The idea is that if you commit yourself to a monogamous relationship model, and let's say it's in a long-term relationship that leads to marriage, and you with a person for 5+ years, everybody changes. The idea that somebody sexually is going to fulfill every single one of your desires, even as you change as a person, is like very, very, very low. Okay. So you have to have like a very special relationship for somebody to be on some shit like, you know what? Certain things that I might not have been open to before, you know what? I'll open myself up I'll open myself up to that possibility now.
Okay.
Most people are like sexually rigid. I'm doing this and I'm staying right here.
Yeah, and that's
unless you
all.
convince me otherwise. So the idea of a sexual non-monogamous relationship is like, you know what? If you're not going to give me the transcendence that I want sexually, maybe I need to step outside of this. And will you grant me permission to do so?
As we talked about off air, there are certain things where I am currently versus where I am in the future might change and might sway. I am currently not married. I can only see things up until a point. So as I see things up until this point, I don't foresee myself getting to that point. However, if you put me in a marriage and you fast forward about 8-9 years, who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. There's a certain energy, right, of one of the things I was reading when I was researching for this episode of you can't underestimate the energy and the excitement of newness.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people wind up giving into their appetite of, you know, infidelity or stepping out of their relationship or marriage, because it's the idea of new, meeting somebody new, trying somebody new, learning a new body.
That's true.
Somebody that doesn't know you, learning your body, maybe something that is taboo or off limits inside your bedroom. Somebody like, nah, I'm all for that shit. What's up?
Hey, man.
Or whatever.
You know what? It goes back to a very old statement that I grew up around. I'm pretty sure you heard.
Yeah.
There's 3 types of pussy you have. Your first, your last, and new.
And new pussy.
Everything in between doesn't count.
Nah, I don't.
So yeah, and that new pussy factors in.
What they say in The Best Man and shit? Ain't nothing like new pussy.
Yeah, ain't nothing like it.
Ain't nothing like new pussy. But yeah, so with that being said, I would imagine that most relationship models is probably built around the premise of sex.
Yeah.
It can't be strictly emotional. The idea that you want to have something outside of your relationship, there has to be something of the erotic nature of it, whether or not that's actually physically having sex or having the excitement of being outside of the confines of your relationship.
I feel like it also plays into effect and factor, like when you've been with the same person forever and shit, like, you know, shit gets stale. And it's also a matter of like, are you willing to try new things? Like you said, some people are stuck in that box.
Yeah.
And when you get stuck in that box, yeah, shit gets stale very, very fast.
Yeah.
Like, and you don't even have to be married for that to happen.
No,
like,
you don't.
A good, decent, long-term relationship with a good amount of sex, yeah, you find out your person's box is very, very fast.
Yeah.
Like, yo. If
You know exactly what to expect.
Oh, yeah. If you're one of the people that, especially like, if you're one of those people that enjoy sex multiple times a day.
This man just put his hand on his chest, by the way.
You know, if you're one of those people, then you find out very, very, very quickly, like, all right, how far can I push these boundaries? Like, oh, that's where we stopping? Mm-hmm. All right, let's add this into the equation. All right, that's where we stop. All right, let's add this. And you find out very, very fast where the bars are in your, like, in the sexual realm of your relationship. And it's like, do you feel confined?
Yeah, I was about to say the bars can feel very
Or
the bars can feel very jailish.
Very much like, oh, so this is
where you draw the line.
This is it.
Damn. Okay.
All right.
But
Okay.
let's talk about relationship models right quick though.
Okay.
All right. So obviously we have what is considered the pinnacle of our relationship models here in America, at least, which is monogamy. Right? We all desire to have that one person that we're going to marry one day, and they're going to be our everything. We're going to have some kids and live happily ever after. And you're going to check all the fucking boxes that I need.
Yeah.
It usually does not work out that way, and it takes a lot of fucking work to reinvent, to get creative, to be inspired and transcend. But people, especially our younger generation, right? Me and you are in our mid to late 30s, and we're looking at some of the younger generations, and they are getting creative, bro. You can't deny this. They are getting very creative in how they go about doing their relationships nowadays. So some of the what we call ethical non-monogamous relationship models out there, which is all centered around consent. So there's not nothing that you're doing that your partner doesn't know about or has agreed to. All right, here's some of the examples of ethical non-monogamous. Polygamy, which is a man who's going to have multiple, or a woman too, which is polyandry. Yeah. You're going to have multiple wives, multiple husbands, multiple partners. You have open relationships. Me and you are together, but we give ourselves some levity and some grace to step out of our relationship, at least in the sexual aspect of things. Like, okay, maybe it's something that I'm not doing for you that is fulfilling you sexually. I'm allow you to go outside our relationship to explore that. And it may be some sexual exploration that you need to do on your own. All right. We also have what they call this was a new one to me in the research, sexual anarchy, or relationship anarchy. And that is a model to whereas you don't put any titles on anything. Like there is no you're my main, but I got my side thing, or you're my friend, but that's not as important as my marriage. It's just like every relationship I have is on equal standing. I don't have any prioritization of anyone over the other. That's anarchy for real.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's anarchy for real. Your face was classic.
You saw my face?
Your face was
I was
fucking
like,
classic.
wait, what?
And then you got your polyamorous, where it's like everybody doing their thing. You know what I mean? We're going to bring in our girlfriend, our boyfriend, whatever it is. And then you have this newer term, which is monogamish, which is kind of like monogamy, but it's not really monogamy. You have to commit to the confines of monogamy, but monogamish.
Yo, it's too many motherfuckers.
Which is, you make up your own rules as you go and shit.
All right, let me ask you.
Just like you might buy a video game, you can make your own settings. You can do your own settings.
Got a question. You could ask me all of these questions all you want, but they're not going to hit the same because Nove's single. So I'm in that area of, I don't know if it's listed there, do what the fuck I want. It's there.
It's called being single.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
But is there, or have you ever pondered or even thought about one of those levels that you might be willing to at least not partake in, so to speak, but you looked at like maybe?
I'm going to start off the comment by saying me and my wife are both motherfuckers who are very territorial.
I was about to say, can I throw in the greatest line ever that was ever said about? Don't ever say anything about my wife.
Don't ever talk about my wife.
Don't ever talk about my wife.
Yeah, me and my wife are both territorial.
Yes.
Me and my wife are both possessive in a way, in our own different ways.
She's a Capricorn, so yes, absolutely.
So there isn't an idea of that being a possibility. But if you're going to ask me a question to be transparent on our podcast to say, has it ever been a thought? It's like, of course it's been a thought. I'm a human being and shit. I have to think about that things. And I've been with my wife for over 13 years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
You get what I mean? So it's sort of like, I know everything about you. I know almost every single thing about your body, how your body reacts, your sexual preferences, things that you don't want to do, things that you're open to, things that you're completely closed to. And I think you do yourself a disservice if you're in a long-term relationship, if you don't have the idea of exploring, how can I make this shit better? It's almost like being the owner of a restaurant or being a chef You got that one dish on the menu that always fucking hits.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? It's only going to hit but for so long before you have to start thinking about like, yo, can I add more salt to this shit? Can I add more spices to this shit?
Can you add some size to that shit?
Can we add something to the menu? Can we crisp up this a little bit more? Can we slow roast this shit? Mm-hmm. And you kind of get these ideas of like, yo, I want to stay ahead of the curve on your pleasure, especially when it comes to sex, but also stay ahead of the curve when it comes to your level of intimacy and your openness to things of that nature. So, yeah, I would say, yeah, the idea or the thought comes up in your head, of course, but the practices have never been there.
Yeah. Keeping in full transparency, I feel like even as a single person, you start to develop ideologies about, you know, what type of relationship you want, what type of relationship fits what you have deemed as your lifestyle, or so to speak. Me being me, I don't foresee myself getting outside of anything but a monogamous relationship, just based on, you know, the blend of territorialism and the fact that I believe in one partner type ish. However,
I'm about to say, can I challenge you right quick?
However, I am in the era of Nove right now. So that pretty much means until I find a suitable partner, I am single without restraints, without compromise, without, I don't know if, no. As long as there's a S and an E with those titles, there is no compromise.
So let me ask you a question as a single man, though.
Oh, man.
If you ever found yourself having a candidate that was like, yo, nah, when it comes to having a monogamous relationship with this particular woman, I don't really got too many questions. I would definitely pursue that or investigate a monogamous relationship with that.
Yeah.
So you say, yo, I got a candidate. She a girl I like. I fucked with her. Our sex is great. Let's do it. Mm-hmm. If she said, yo, before we get into a relationship, the model of a straight monogamous relationship is something that doesn't work for me. I got a lot of love and I need to be able to expand it beyond just me and you. Would it be a deal breaker for you?
At this phrase, and it's funny, the reason I laughed was because I processed exactly how I would react to that as it was said to me when you said it. Yeah, so we're single. All right, cool. Do what you gotta do. Like, it's not me not being receptive to it, but at this phase, yeah, that just reads as single activity, because I put myself in the mindset of this. If we're trying to build a relationship and we're trying to build understanding or whatever, I feel like that comes later. Mm-hmm. When you start delving and dipping into like, yo, let's do this, let's do that. But if we're already opposed on both sides as to where, you know, I'm a monogamous type of person and I know you're not, why would I even challenge myself to try such a feat? I don't foresee that changing, and I don't foresee the ideology of that stance changing long term. So why would I burden myself to try to put a square in a round hole? Now,
all right, so hold on. Let me ask a question. If we was going to project in the future, then, because now we talking about the genesis of a relationship. Let's talk about like you 4 or 5 years in to a relationship with a woman, and the fucking relationship is going well.
Before you continue,
yes,
is everything that I knew the same, like meaning I walked into the relationship knowing these things.
You walked into the relationship
knowing
yes,
that she felt a certain type of way.
You walked into a relationship under the impression that this woman wants a monogamous relationship, doesn't want any outside romantic relationships, sexual relationships, is not open to open relationships, nothing like that. Y'all are simply Nove and woman, and it's just y'all.
All right, go ahead.
4-5 years into relationship, she approaches you with an idea of, yo, I'm not saying our sex, I'm not saying our relationship is getting stale, but it's erring on the side of boring. And I need to inject some excitement into this shit. Or I'm contemplating injecting some excitement into our relationship, and I'm wondering whether or not you'd be open to it.
I would ask, what type of excitement do you mean?
So she comes to you and says, okay, what type of excitement do you mean? I mean that I am also attracted to women, and I want to invite another woman into our bedroom. How would you feel about us having a girlfriend?
I know there are a lot of listeners that are male that would be like, yo, I don't got a problem with that. And
careful what you wish for, nigga.
The younger me would agree. But as we've hinted at so many times in this show, I am not one of those people that have had a lack of experience in any way, shape, or form. So if I'm going off of past dealings with that, I would err on the side of caution. Only because there are some boxes you shouldn't open.
Yeah.
And there are some situations that look, as somebody once said, the grass always looks greener from the other side.
Right.
Until you got to do the maintenance. And it's sort of like, yeah, all right. If we're talking on a periodic basis, special occasion type of Ray J One Wish type of situation.
If I had one wish.
Like, yeah, then cool. But if you want to make this a thing, I foresee some issues. I would err on the side of caution initially. I would be like, before we start going down this road, let's keep it 1v1 and let's see if we could delve deeper into this bag. Like, I would even activate, like, is there anything you're into that you would like to bring me into? Like, I'm a big person on, I feel like it's important to watch porn together.
Really?
I feel like it's very important. I feel like I need to know. I need to know what the fuck you clicking in the search bar.
Really?
Think about it.
Ooh.
Think about this. Here we go. Now you, welcome to my bag. Here we go.
Wow.
So I feel like this. I feel like porn is nothing more than an extension of your passion and your quirks that you have, that you share
really.
In your imagination outside of whatever you're looking for. So think about whatever you click in your search bar initially. And you can say, oh, well, you know, I look for this, that, and third. That's bullshit. You look for the same shit more so than not. It might be a different form of that.
Wow.
Which means
that's crazy.
This is what you like from a straight standpoint of,
bro,
you
just gave me an idea.
Yo, from a straight standpoint of, there's no feelings attached. There's nothing else but raw sexual tension. This is what the fuck I like.
You just gave me an idea. Because as you would know as well, there are a number of women out here that do not watch porn.
That's very true.
They stay away from that shit.
That is very true.
Some steer clear because, like, I'm really not into watching other motherfuckers be fucking. Mm-hmm. And you got some other that steer clear of that shit because I think they low key might feel like they might get addicted to that shit.
Yeah.
But I digress. You just gave me an idea
Please.
for the motherfuckers that don't watch porn.
All right.
I'm challenging motherfuckers that's listening to the show. If you got a female, if you got a girl
If
or
you
a
have
wife
a woman
that does not watch porn, I would challenge you to open up your web browser, go to your favorite porn site. I suggest Pornhub. That's just me. Go to the search bar.
I'll keep mine in the house.
Go to the search bar.
Yeah.
And said, babe, if you had to type anything in, type it in right now.
Yeah.
And see where her mind goes.
Yeah.
I want to see what rabbit hole that you want to go down right quick. That is very interesting.
I feel like
you would encourage that you watch porn with your partner.
Because I feel like part of like the sexual interaction and sexual experiences that people fall into is they always stumble into this thing where, like you said, sex gets stale or sex gets to a certain plateau and it stops. Yeah. And you have to ask that question, why? And it's usually because no matter how much you know your partner or whatever the case may be, you still might be in that phase where it's like, yeah, I don't want you to judge me for what the fuck I type in this bar. And it's like, nah, fuck that. I need to know what the fuck it is. And it's not a matter of judging, but it might explain some things. And it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I understand that. And then going from there, it's like, as I told you on many occasions and shit, I used to use porn as references or, you know, I don't want to say sexual tools. But you see some shit, you might look at it like...
It's like homework.
I might want to try that.
Yeah.
And I'm not basing anything completely off of anything because as we all, reference to Adam 22 video, there's a difference between Adrian Peterson and running back number 4. There's a difference. There's a big difference. Yeah. No pun intended. Pause. But there's a difference. So you might see something and be like... that shit's sexy as hell. Hey, babe, what you doing? Come here real quick.
You want to implement this into our program?
Come here real quick. Yo, look at this. Yo, I want to try this. And I feel like it's a healthy dialogue. I feel like the way I think about it is this. If you're vulnerable and open about everything else, why couldn't you be vulnerable and open about that?
So being vulnerable and open about that, it begs the question of a lot of the reasons why people choose ethical non-monogamous relationship models. Because it's like, we've been having sex for the last 7, 8, 9, 10 years. The sex can be fucking good, but it's not transcendent. It doesn't take you to a place. You know exactly what you're going to get. You know exactly where y'all going to be having sex. You know all your person's special moves and shit. You know where they pulling out the bag. And all this other shit. There's no excitement of novelty there. Like, oh my God, something is about to happen that I have not experienced before. So that part does play a part in long-term relationships. So sexual exploration is a big piece to why people choose non-monogamous relationship models. I need to be able to go outside and explore what the fuck I like sexually outside our bedroom, because, bruh, we've been together for 14 years, my guy. And it's like, I need to know some things that I'm curious about that I know that you might not be down for or you might not be equipped for, both male and female.
Yeah.
And I say, you know what? Let me go try that shit and see if I like it. And then come back to the bedroom and see how that grows me. Right?
Recently, somebody taught me something. And... I always feel like if you're not willing to learn at any age, regardless, then you failed what life is. You can be and have such a high sexual chemistry with somebody, and it can be like instantaneous. It can be effortless. It can be seamless. But if that something is missing, there's a reason why it caps at where it caps at.
What you mean sex, though?
Yeah.
caps at sex.
Just from a pure sexual standpoint.
Yeah.
And this is usually why people say, and I challenged one of my best friends. I challenged my best friend the other day. I was like, think of your deepest sexual connection with your partner you've ever had. Your deepest rooted sexual just fulfillment, like connectiveness, right?
Uh-huh.
Now picture your rawest sexual attraction. Are they the same person?
Damn, you a tacky ass nigga, Jay. I swear to God, you a tacky motherfucker, bro. What the fuck?
What?
You somebody best friend? Talking about picture your deepest sexual.
All right, first of all,
if I'm that person's man, are you fucking kidding me?
Wait. This is what I'm trying to say.
I'll be quick. I'll be real quick to slit your fucking throat, bro.
Why would you kill me?
What? You talking to my girl?
All right, hold on.
No, don't wait me.
Don't wait you?
Don't wait me. You talking to my girl that you consider your best friend talking about your deepest sexual what? Are you out your fucking mind? Have you not been around out here?
All right. First of all.
You really disrespecting my body of work.
First of all.
Simply.
Let me help you out. It was a question posed by this person. And the question was labeled in such a way that I tried to steer away from it.
Is this person in a relationship?
Yes.
Stop talking. Stop talking.
No.
Stop talking, bro.
No, I'm not.
Stop, bro.
No.
Stop, bro. You are an enemy of monogamy.
I'm an enemy of monogamy?
You are an enemy of monogamy, dog.
Well, come for me then.
I ain't gotta come for you.
Come for me then.
Tell that man what you've been talking to his girl about. He'll come for you.
No, I'm good.
Exactly.
All right. Where we at?
Anywho.
The reflections of
that
has nothing to do with mine, no matter.
Bro,
J-Optics
we gonna have to talk off air.
Off air?
Dog.
All right.
So, one of the benefits people see in ethical non-monogamous relationships is just what we were talking about, the sexual aspect of things.
Agree.
Which brings into question, out of everything that we was talking about, some people, there's a population of people that engage in sexual encounters outside their partner that feel that fucking heat, that excitement, that energy of somebody new might ignite something in their bedroom with their main partner, husband, wife. Do you think you would be somebody who subscribes to that ideology, or would you be so possessive and closed-minded, not closed-minded in a bad way, would you be so possessive and tight with the idea of that like, yo, there's nothing that you could do outside of our union that would make me feel more attracted to you? Because, you know, some people engage in cuckolding, right? Where they'll have somebody else fucking their wife, fucking their husband, and they'll sit there and they'll watch, and they'll be like, oh, this is cool. Couple years ago, I ran into somebody, ironically, that we both know, that had a kink for hot wifing. Like, what the fuck is hot wifing, dog? She like, hot wifing. I want to be a hot wife. I'm like, all right, cool. What the fuck is that? And she like, yo, I want to be taken by other men while my husband is right there. And he can watch, and he can approve other dudes that's doing it or whatever. He could be right there. And I want to see him get excited by me having sex with other dudes. And he's got some proximity. He's got some agency over what the fuck is going on and what the fuck can't go on. But I think it'll spice up our sex life. And I'm thinking to myself, you poor bastard.
I was really asking that in my head the whole time.
I couldn't do it.
No, I was really waiting for you to be like,
I'm trying to get into my open-minded bag and saying to myself, like, yo, there's people out here. Not everybody got the same flavors, yo. So yeah, I'm trying to be open-minded to the whole situation. But me and my jealous ass and my possessive ass, I can't see the idea of some dude fucking my wife and that adding a spark to our sexual relationship.
All right, so I'm gonna say it like this.
That was wild.
I'm not against those that can do it. Shout out to them. And as I've told you on many occasions, on many times, like, yo, you're a better man than me. I have labeled myself not in the jealousy bag or the possessive bag, but I am very, very much territorial. Very much territorial. Like, yeah, you know what? If you want to admire what is mine or what I have, that's fine.
I would say territorial is healthy jealousy.
Yeah, like if you want to admire, that's cool. Because a small part of that is I'm not ignorant nor blind. So what attracted me to you on surface level is apparent and radiating to everybody else. I get that. There's a respectful way in which I feel you could do that. But yeah, I understand that. Moving past that. There's a thin line between, yo, your wife is pretty. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. And yo, your wife's pussy. All right, watch your mouth.
Oh,
watch your fucking mouth. Watch your fucking mouth, bro. Like, yo,
your white pussy. What is
you understand
bro?
Exactly what the
amazing.
Jay, we've talked about it many of occasions. AAA and AA are down. Like, yo, it can go very left, very fast.
Yeah,
and it's like, yo, watch your fucking mouth. Like, yo.
So there's a term called compersion. And that is the ideology of you getting pleasure off
watching your partner
get pleasure.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
And that could be sexual, or it could be emotional, or it could be, I'm happy to see you happy, even if it's somebody else. So we had to put it on a scale, right? 0 meaning like I have absolutely no compersion. When I see you get happy or any type of pleasure from somebody else, I'm absolutely appalled, disrespected, and fucking offended. And 10 meaning like that actually turns me on, like sexually. What would you say you fall on the scale of compersion 0 to 10?
Is there a negative?
Nah, there is no negative.
All right.
Can't go below 0.
Let's stay at 0 for right now.
Oh, you got 0 on the compersion scale?
I'm gonna say it like this, because as I understand what it represents and what it's meant to bring out, my first and most dominant emotion isn't going to be, damn, you look sexy as hell getting piped out. It's going to be like,
you went to the end of it though.
It's going to be like
maybe she's just sitting having a drink with a dude at the bar, and you just in the cut with a trench coat on and some sunglasses, looking like a motherfucking creep and shit. You don't find no pleasure in that? Yes or no? What the fuck?
Repeat the last part of that. I just want to hear it one more time.
Looking like a creep, smoking a cigarette.
Watching
in the corner. Yes.
My wife.
Watching your wife talk to a dude at the bar.
No, absolutely fucking not.
Okay. 0. All right. What the fuck? I'm just asking a question.
I'm just trying to. So it's not a matter of. Yeah, nah. I'm just skip to the end. No filler in between. Like,
okay.
I don't subscribe to the type of person that would be able at this point in time to accept that, not only accept it, encourage, and be like, yeah, do it again. No. Nah. Like, yo. Now, what I have done in some way, shape, or form is, if I know we're going somewhere, I might look at an outfit and she might ask me about it, and I'm going to be like, no, I'm cool with it. Because you with me, I'm good.
Oh, is that... Hold on. Is that a level of compersion that we haven't thought of? The outfit that your significant other wears? Like, yo, I know that dudes will find you sexy wearing that revealing outfit, and it kind of makes me feel like, yeah, that shit is kind of sexy.
All right, time out. I know where you're going with that.
No, I'm just asking the question.
I know you're asking the question.
I'm just asking the question.
I know you are. But what I'm going to say is, 1, You're absolutely right. But two, let's not forget what men are really basically drawn to. And the overarching
visuals
thing of when women say, when I go to a laundromat, men try to holler at me more times than when I'm dressed up.
Okay, but whatever.
I'm sorry, you have some feedback on that.
I don't believe that shit.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
Huh.
No.
Elaborate. Go ahead.
I don't.
Elaborate.
So, by the example that you just set, we talking about a woman going to wash her down comforters at the fucking
In her natural state.
laundromat.
Natural state.
Sweatpants, jean jacket on and a fitted, whatever.
Sweatpants, hair tied, chilling with no makeup on.
Chilling.
Yeah.
Versus a woman going out with cleavage, tight jeans or leggings, or got the dress that just come right below the cuff, and she about to go to the lounge, the local lounge, where all the cats gonna be.
I can believe that.
Downtown.
I can believe it.
That she won't get more attention. And we ain't talking about being hit on. We talking about more attention.
I can believe it.
In that dress? Hell no.
I can believe it. Here's why.
No.
You want to know why? In her normal state, compared to what's in that laundromat, I believe she's head and shoulders above whatever's in there. Now, wait. Don't you shake your fucking Dikembe Mutombo figure at me. Fuck that. No. You want the pot? Let's fucking pot. Let's fucking pot. At the end of the day, it comes down to this. You're putting you're putting a big fish in a small pond in a laundromat.
Uh-huh.
You're putting a small fish in a big pond at the club. And this is not in any way, shape, or form trying to belittle or minimize what she has going on. But it's a different fucking pond. Like,
okay.
Yeah, I get that. You out there, mini skirt, above the cuff, eyelashes on, fucking blinds. Mm-hmm. I get that. No makeup on, concealer on, lipstick popping. I get it.
Yeah.
Everybody else on that type of time.
That's cool.
Your natural fucking beauty in fucking Laundry Depot on Chancellor Ave. Shout out to Chancellor Ave Laundry Depot. There were some things. Listen, your natural beauty in that motherfucking spot radiates above the fucking competition. There's a fucking difference. It's a difference.
All right. Let me tell you something, little man.
Oh, shit. Go ahead.
It's a difference between your girl going out wearing some regular shit and getting attention from a dude just because she bad in a laundromat full of average motherfuckers, and a motherfucker going out to the lounge or the hookah lounge wearing some shit where her idea of her outfit is to get attention and motherfuckers garnering her attention and approaching her.
Yo, the face this nigga just made look like Conway the Machine.
If you going out wearing some shit that is not designed to get attention and 5 motherfuckers hit on you, it's almost like a golf clap. Bravo.
Golf clap. Yeah.
You just bad. What the fuck can I do about that?
Nothing.
Versus you wearing some shit that's fucking revealing, that's going to fucking thirst trap all these niggas out here, because men are visual creatures.
Very true.
And when we see you, you could be a smooth 7, maybe even a 6. But the outfit that you got on push you up to an 8 or a 9.
All right.
You're going to surpass every other chick that's in the room that decided to come out to the lounge being modest that night.
All right,
and guess what? You're going to get all my fucking attention. I don't give a fuck whether or not you married or not. I'm going to at least shoot my shot and ask like, yo, how you doing tonight? What's good? Can I buy you a drink? Nah, I'm married. You happily married?
All right, so I hear you there.
I'm just saying.
I hear you. But what I'm trying to say is, what do you say to the people that no matter what the fuck they wear, it just feels like they do that? There are those anomalies walking around. We've seen them.
You gotta take that for what you signed up for. If you got a bad chick and she a 8, she a 9, she a 10, she just bad wherever she goes, she gonna get attention from dudes. Cause dudes is thirsty 100% of the time. And niggas gonna shoot their shot. What's the worst thing they gonna hear? No. And then they gonna move on. You hope that you align yourself with a chick that's gonna be on some shit like, all right, I got some discernment, I got some discretion, I love my man. Excuse me, sir, move about your day. I can't engage in you right now.
100% of the time?
Huh?
100% of the time.
If a chick is an 8 or above, when she goes out every day, there's probably going to be men attracted to her 100% of the time. And she's probably going to get flirted with or hit on 100% of the time. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a fact.
I would dispute fact, but I understand where you're going with that.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in the proximity on a regular basis of a chick that was an 8 or better, and in y'all interaction socially that there wasn't some level of flirtatious?
Absolutely. Yes.
So yeah, it's 100%.
No, meaning like I refrained from it. Yeah. Like I've been in a situation where I worked with a coworker or I was in proximity of somebody that was bad as hell. And I made it a fucking point not to come off flirtatious in any way, shape, or form on purpose. Yes.
Can I call you out? Can I call you out right quick? I'm willing to bet that it was for a reason.
I need options. What you got? What options you got?
You knew her man?
No.
Hold on. I'm just saying.
I know. I'm just crossing them off the list. Go ahead.
You knew her man?
Nah.
You knew that if you approached that she was going to look thirsty because other niggas was
30%. Go ahead.
Ain't no fucking 30%.
Go ahead.
No.
This
it
is
wasn't
also
no fucking 30%.
But you also have to look at. You also have to go into things like if you want to get into semantics of the shit. Let's not. If you want to. If you, no.
Can I finish my list?
You can finish your list, but
let me finish my list.
Go ahead.
And it's the last one for me.
All right.
And or you knew that, I hate to say it, she was a 9 or a 10, and you know you not no 9 or a 10, and that's just something that your ass couldn't fucking handle. We all been there, brother.
All right. So here's where the semantics says everything come into play, as I've so eloquently stated. You ain't gotta stare at me with the meme mug. I'm trying to put it out there. As men, we all have this innate ability to look at what's on the field and look at what the competition is.
Yeah.
Simultaneously.
Yeah.
So if I see a 8 or a 9, as you say, and I see a whole bunch of variations of different numbers and calibers and categories and everything else, for the better part of my initial response, I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch how you go through these processes. And that will determine the route in which I take. You have been around and been subject to many a times in which you've walked away with, damn, why'd I do that? Or damn, how'd you get that? On both occasions.
Mm-hmm.
As an innate person, as you so eloquently pointed out at one point, of having humor, I don't really have to do a whole fucking lot. Not really. The main fucking thing I have to do is A, be myself, B, be funny, C, point out the obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Which all coincides together. Oh, and by the way, I'm fucking sarcastic on top of that. So it just loops into a nice little bow of, oh, why ain't you talking to me? It seems like you got enough company out here. I just wanted a little bit of space. It can come off very fast that way. So
okay.
When it comes down to that, like, yeah, when it comes to that, no, I tend to stand back and observe because I want to see how you handle what the fuck is in front of you. it'll tell me a lot about you as well.
All right, so let's get it back to
Where we at?
the corral.
All right.
Right. So we talking about non-ethical monogamy versus monogamy. Do you feel like monogamy is dying, especially in regards to the newer generation? Is it something that is permeating itself to plague? Let me not use plague. Is it something that is permeating the way you think about relationships nowadays, as far as, okay, if I'm engaging in my next serious relationship, do I need to be a little bit more open-minded to something outside of the traditional, it's just me and you model?
If I was anything but 39 years old right now in a younger body in my mid-20s, I can understand completely why people do it. I get it. Me, myself.
Why is that? Do you feel like monogamy is dead?
I feel like
For the younger generation.
I feel like the ideology has switched quite a bit. And I feel like there's very much the aspect of, I feel like the younger generation has a very much, if you're not happy, don't settle, get another one attitude. And that works to an extent. But I feel like the younger generation also has a tendency to not understand that a lot of things that we deem as new or trending have happened already. So history has a tendency to repeat itself.
What goes around comes around.
And this is really nothing new. It was actually dubbed the hippie era,
Yeah.
where everybody was fucking and having sex with everybody.
And
Yeah.
polygamy been around since the beginning of the time.
Yeah, so it's been around. And it's not one of those things where I don't really see the strength aspect in it. That's the part that kind of loses me, because as a man, my whole life, the hardest thing I've had to deal with was being faithful and being centered and being like, all right, this is how you conduct yourself. And the temptations around have been a result of so many different elements and so many different things that's like, yeah, I usually tend to look at the easier route as the weaker route. And if you're going to give me the built-in version of the weaker route, which is, yeah, we have what we have, but, you know, we just explore sexually with other people, then it's like, I'm not knocking it. Let me not say that. I'm not knocking it. To each his own. Me personally, it just kind of feels like
Lazy.
it feels like a parachute on a ship that's going down. And I know we always make the whole thing of
This motherfucker said a parachute on a ship
Yeah, I
that's
know.
going down.
I'm wilding.
How the hell can that help?
But a parachute on a plane that's going down,
Okay.
right? And I know it's like, what are you supposed to do on a plane? Like, yeah, if you see a plane going down, you jump out. Very true. But you don't set those events in motion. And it just feels like, I feel like I am perfectly content and excited about seeing what me and my partner can build, develop, culture, and create with each other in our realm going forward. I don't need the outside assistance.
That's the thing I always say. I know I get on my fucking wife's nerves with this shit, but the prospects of a whole, pardon my French, the prospects of entertaining a whole nother bitch versus the exploration of my wife, it don't even like compare.
It's not the same.
And I know I get on her nerves where it's like, I'm like constantly like probing to like get in touch with the you today versus yesterday. It's like that shit is like the challenge is exciting to like get to know you all over again sexually.
Yeah.
To get to know you all over again emotionally. To get to know you all again spiritually. It's like something alluring about the challenge of doing it all over again. I kind of equate it to like Kobe, God rest his soul and shit. Like after his 4th year in the league, Kobe was probably like arguably one of the most talented players in basketball.
Can you be the same animal but a different beast?
But a different beast.
What?
But this motherfucker went to work like he was about to lose his job. It's something sexy. It's something attractive about having somebody next to you that you get to re-explore over and over and over again that is more appealing to me than introducing somebody new into the fray.
Yeah.
'Cause introducing somebody new into the equation just seems so, not a cop-out, but it seems so easy that it doesn't seem like it doesn't seem worthwhile.
Bro.
It's almost like getting some shit on discount. You get what I mean?
All right, let me ask
you. Can buy some shit that's like really high quality, but get it on sale and you'll feel some type of way about it. Like, it was 60% off.
What's your favorite meal by itself? Like protein, burger, wings.
Side?
No, by yourself, no side. Like by itself, like
chicken wings.
All right.
Yeah.
What kind? Soho?
Sweet chili.
Sweet chili? I thought it was Soho.
Oh, them Soko wings?
Oh, there we go.
I ain't gonna fucking front.
There we go.
Them Soko wings?
There we go.
Yeah.
All right,
I don't know about Soko wings.
So I'll set the stage. You can get Soko wings by themselves all the time and be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
So why the fuck would you add fries?
You don't need to add fries. There really ain't no need to add fries.
That's how I view side, no disrespect, side chicks.
Yeah.
I view side chicks or that element of polyamory as I don't even like fucking fries. But
you're not a big fry guy.
Yeah, I'm definitely not. But all right, you want to? All right, fine, add it. I'm going to treat it like fucking fries, though. Just
but
so you know.
Is there something to be said about having your main entree? And where do you put the line as far as improving on the recipe? Do you go to the Soko wings and be like, yo, how can we improve on this thing that we already got that's going good? Can we add a little bit more spice to it? Can we add a little bit more sauce to it? Can we make them drier? Can we make them wetter? Can we add more to the quantity that we're serving and shit like that? And it's like, that is the part that to me is exciting to explore it, but you got to be on the same page with your partner to be on some shit like, all right, yeah, like.
I mean, you could add more to it.
I am the way I am, but I'm open to changing to make things better.
You know what I found? That for me, like I say, I'm not married, but I was in a relationship and sustained. I feel like when you lose spontaneity in a relationship, that's the single biggest death knell in sexual activity. Because if we have to set everything by a timer and a schedule and I should be available then, and we have this much time to work with, and let's just do it like this, that takes a lot of creativity out of the equation. Where, cooking, there are two ways to approach cooking, right? You follow the recipe to the T, or follow the recipe and you play around with the little things. Let's try this.
Yeah.
I tried that last time. Let's try this. when you limit the time and the spontaneity on things, you really cut down on that creativity, because it's like, all right, well, if I just got to do this and this, then I don't have time for that. So we're just going to do this.
Open-mindedness is like the best thing.
Exactly.
For a long-term relationship. What do you fucking know? Somebody just hit the Mind Don't Matters hotline, and they got a query and a question that need to be answered. They
Really?
want our opinion on this.
Ah, shit. I like these.
You down for this?
Hold on.
Somebody has a problem on Reddit, man, and they need our problem. They need our need our feedback.
I'm with it. Let's go.
All right, so this one is titled from Salt _ Actuary 3000 7 hours ago. It says, my boyfriend called me the hard R. That is the headline of it. So here's the story.
Shit.
Me and my boyfriend have been together for almost 3 years. Our relationship has been very healthy up until this comment, and I have always thought that I wouldn't even hesitate to say yes if he asked me to marry him. We have arguments, but they are never anything too serious. Last night, he really blew up at me because I accidentally put a dent in his truck when pulling out of the parking lot, and he ended up calling me the hard R. For those of you who don't know, that is nigger with the ER on the end of it. So nigger. I'm a black female and he's white. He has never said anything racist before and has apologized already. But I am very hurt and I honestly cannot stop crying. He told me that school and work is stressing him out and that he took it out on me in that moment because the dent in the truck was just the cherry on top to everything shitty that's been happening to him lately. I know that he is truthfully sorry. He keeps on repeating it, and he is giving me an excessive amount of affection, but I don't know if this is something I can get over easily. I love him so much, and this really fucking sucks. What should I do? Whoa. Man. Now, I'm a super big advocate for staying within the community when it comes to dating and relationships for situations like this, because I feel like sometimes if it ain't your partner calling you the hard R, it's somebody in the family. But I don't want to be so rigid. Man, oh man. I would say this though, having been through traumatic experiences within a relationship, there are certain things once said that you can't unhear. And man, somebody calling me a hard R in a relationship. I'm in a relationship with a white woman, and she says, nigger.
I was about to ask, how do you want me to respond? You want Nova or you want Jay? Because you of all people know.
I introduced you as Nova on this show.
I know, but you know there's a difference. There's a very slight difference.
Yeah, I know. But if I had to give advice on my end, I would say nobody goes to that level of speech to the person that they love, that they care about, that they've been in a relationship for a while. If they defaulted to that in the heat of a moment of emotional despair, that is a clear indication that if something even more heavier popped up down the line in the future, you might hear something way worse than that.
I'm going to keep it even more.
I can't come back from that, bro. I can't unhear that.
Bro.
You kidding me?
I'm going to keep it even more simple than that. If respect is conditional, I'm out. And what I mean by that is, if you can't control yourself, your actions, your speech enough to take into context what you're saying on a scale that when you said it, you knew exactly what it was going to do, regardless of what you've been going through, which you've been going through for apparently however you've been going through. And you found it this was the time to do it,
Yeah.
which means you've said it in your head a couple times before.
Yeah.
And at that point, I don't think you need to ask the question of what you should do now. I think we're past that. I think you need to ask yourself if, you know, I'm big on base and default and accepting for somebody for what they are, no preservatives, everything stripped away. If this is who I'm dealing with stripped away, and this is what I'm dealing with when somebody is under stress, and this is early, can I deal with this going forward in the future when things get even more stressful?
Right.
And I feel, just me, I can only speak from my opinion. As the question was asked, I would look to remove myself from the situation as soon as possible. Just me.
I tend to agree. And I feel like you said the stress that this person was under was related to what the hell they was going through in their job. Man, I don't know how old y'all are.
That's what I was about to ask.
But let me tell you something, man.
Yo.
You might got some life stresses coming down the line that's going to be way worse than that.
That's what I was saying.
And like you said, like respect being conditional. If something stressful, simply as work or school, turns you into a bigot, man, it only goes downhill from this, sister. I would say probably you need to remove yourself from the situation as quickly as possible. And there is no amount of repair that can come from that situation that'll make me feel comfortable the next time y'all even have a heated discussion between yourselves.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Because the next time we get into a heated discussion in our crib, I'm going to always be thinking like, yeah, I know you could probably bring that shit out your back pocket. You want to say it, don't you? You trying to stop yourself from saying it.
Not only
ain't you?
that,
You
but
really trying to stop yourself from
I
saying
don't
it,
even
ain't
know if you picked up on the semantics of the whole thing, because you know me, I dig into everything. The hard R, which means they've used the soft A, and you've been accepting to this point.
No, I didn't get it. No, I wouldn't go that far.
Why would you go hard R? Which means we have a level of comfortability which you might have felt comfortable with. But the hard R is the issue. So I'll say this. If it's a matter of respect and just that made you feel a certain type of way, I would question things. But I would also say, if you even let the soft A go,
I don't think she likes it. I hope not. But
I will say this. Let me talk my shit. If you've let the soft A go until this point, I feel like you've done yourself a disservice. Because as much as we like to think, or we like to bring a level of comfortability in that word, well, let's not act like we don't know what that word represents and what it means and how easily it can go from quote unquote endearing to quote unquote villainized. And if we've allowed a state in a culture up until this point of it's acceptable, then yeah, I can see how that would go from that to that. But even the fact that it got there in a playful manner, that needs to be addressed. And that needs to be addressed not with them, but within yourself. You need to raise your level of self-love and self-respect. Because at no point, way, or fashion is that word in any variation acceptable.
Right. Yeah, I really don't see any way coming back from that. So if you have to get an opinion from the Mono Matters boys, we'd probably say Plot your exit strategy wisely.
Can I quote Nino?
Get out of there. Cancel that bitch.
Cancel that bitch.
So, yeah,
Get
I would say get up out of there while the getting is good. Secure whatever resources and provisions you need to on your way out. But yeah, that's a dead issue right there.
Done deal, man.
That's a done deal. I feel like pressure really unveils people for who they truly are, and you probably just got your answer.
Yeah.
But that's it for us, man. We're gonna wrap up the show here. This was a great episode.
How you feel?
I feel fantastic about this episode. I
feel
feel like our
good?
listeners are really entertained about this.
You feel good?
I feel like we gave some information. I feel like it was a good listen for y'all. Y'all let us know what y'all think. Inbox us, email us, whatever you got to do. We still at Mind on Matters on Instagram. We're at Mind on Matters on Threads.
Yeah.
And Mind on Matters podcast on Facebook too, man. So
Yes,
if you
sir.
see anything that you think deserves our attention, definitely tag us. You got the information right there. Any closing statements by you on monogamy versus ethical non-monogamy for the people?
I feel like if you stand on one side of the line and you're trying to convey, or move somebody over to the other side of the line, just stop. Because as much as we find ourselves in these situations in life where something might not be completely aligned and we want it to align, it's not aligned for a reason. Stand in your truth. Stand on your principles. Stay in your boundaries and make the decisions that will make you a better person and make you feel like you're living your best life.
I would say that my final thoughts on it is fully explore your partner before you think about injecting another romantic, sexual, emotional factor into your relationship. Because you might find some things that might surprise you, that might reinvigorate things, that might reignite certain things. But if you want to take the easy way out to just try to like, oh, you don't check all the boxes, let me find somebody else, you're doing yourself a disservice and you'll never be built for the long-term relationship that you might think that you are. So I would say fully explore your partner. And then once you get to the end of that, you might find yourself finding all the answers that you need as far as monogamy or being not monogamous, or whether or not your relationship works as currently constructed or not.
Exactly.
And that's it for us, man. Mind on Matters podcast, your favorite podcast. We out here. We'll be back next week.
Yes, sir.
If you're out there listening to the show and want to send your boy a prayer for a healthy labor and a healthy birth
Prayers
for
up.
my son, Severe,
Yes, sir.
coming soon. We might be here about it next time you hear my voice, so we'll appreciate all our prayers. And if you got diapers you want to send, please. Alicia Underwood. Alicia Underwood on Amazon. We'll take all them shits too, man. You know, it takes a village, like they say, god damn it.
Yeah.
But yeah, we out for now, man. Send all suggestions for whatever next movie you want us to review, topics that you want us to talk about, or if you want to guest on the show, hit us up, man.
Yeah,
we think
let us
about
know.
interviewing some possible co-host candidates, but we'll talk about that more later. For NOV, I am J Optics.
Stay classy.
Stay classy, but stay
Damn
goddamn
dangerous. Let's go.
Peace.